I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As always, please be looking at the minutes, but a confluence of unfortunate events demands that I request a moment of silence, certainly for the passing of our 41st president, George Herbert Walker Bush, and of course the anniversary of the day that will live in infamy, the attack on Pearl Harbor. So I would like to request a moment of silence and introspection on these events. All right, thank you. I hope a few prayers went up. And I think the first thing I'd like to do, we have our new commissioner here, and we will have him up shortly for a few words, but we also have our outgoing commissioner, Paulette Burdick, and her senior assistant, Peyton MacArthur. And I have here a few nice mementos here of something that they hopefully will remember us by. So if Peyton and Paulette would please come up on the stage, and I hope someone has a camera that can produce a picture that we can put in the paper. I hope you can all hear me without my mic. I'm pretty noisy. And first, United Civic Organization recognition of Paulette Burdick with sincere appreciation for your dedication to the residents of Century Village, West Palm Beach. Paulette, as a unit owner in the village, will, I hope, after her well-deserved vacation, be showing up at our meetings. Keep looking over the minutes. They're quite extensive. We have busy PBSO deputies here, so I'm going to call up now right away the law enforcement report. And then if there are any corrections to the minutes, you'll let me know. Captain?
Thank you, Dave. I just want to say good morning to everyone. Good morning. Great December morning. So here we are in the holiday season. From the Sheriff's Office, we wish everyone happy holidays and a happy new year. Next time we meet, it'll probably be the new year. As you do your travels and your holiday shopping and your preparations, just be careful going to plazas. I know I mentioned it last month, but Try not to travel alone. Travel with friends or family as you go to these plazas. For the year-end crime statistics, Palm Beach County is faring pretty well. Our crime stats are down, but there are pockets within the county where certain crimes are up, and some of them tend to be some of the violent crimes, which can be robberies. So we want you to just maintain situational awareness wherever you go. Make sure you have cell phones with you if you need to contact law enforcement, or if you see something suspicious or you see something that doesn't look right, make sure that you contact law enforcement right away so that we can get involved. The month was pretty good here for November in Century Village. We didn't have a lot of incidences. I'll turn it over to the lieutenant so you can address those concerns. Thank you so much.
Morning, everyone. Very good month last month. Thank you all. Apparently people are locking their cars. We had no vehicle burglaries. We had no residential burglaries, so we're going to take that as a win. We had 4 thefts reported. One was a friend apparently took some money out of a drawer while they were in their friend's apartment.
Some friend.
Friends like that, right? We had a refusal to prosecute on that case. We had one resident report some jewelry missing from their home over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they reported several guests and people inside in and out of the apartment, so we're looking into that as best we can. We had one victim reported several checkbooks or checks missing out of a checkbook. It was taken by a person known to the victim. Several fraudulent checks were written. We're working that case as well. And one resident reported some items missing, suspects a cleaning service that they had just employed. 2 or 3 cases of fraud. One victim was reviewing their credit report, yay, and found some unknown accounts opened up in Chicago, and was able to resolve that without any loss, thank goodness, because they caught it. One reported some fraudulent checks that were written. Though that one was an unknown person, we're looking into that. And we had another attempted fraud case. Person got a call from somebody claiming to be from FP&L, claiming that they owed money and that they could take care of it by running down to the store and getting some prepaid phone cards. Fortunately, this person was pretty savvy and hung up and called FP&L and verified that she didn't owe money and it was all a scam. So be very careful. Like I say, very few reputable organizations are going to take payment in prepaid phone cards. But people still try it, and then occasionally they still get some money out of people. We also, unfortunately, had 2 residential fires in the village last month. Both of these were accidental, items left on a stove, things of that nature. Nobody was injured, although there was some damage, obviously. And we had 2 battery reports. Unfortunately, we had a couple of neighbor disputes that escalated to a physical confrontation. One of these we had a refusal from the victim, decided not to pursue it, and another one we had a notice to appear issued for a battery charge. So overall, very good month. We had 206 total events, 45 written reports of one nature or another. I think a dozen or 15 traffic stops, a couple of minor crashes. So overall, very good. Please continue to be very safe when you go out doing your shopping. I know in our district and most others, we have some extra people out in the shopping areas doing some extra patrol. But be aware of what's going on around you when you're out shopping. Don't, if you make purchases, put them in the trunk. Put them somewhere where they're out of sight. Don't leave them out on the front seat of your car. And just don't walk around oblivious. Keep your eyes open and see what's going on around you. Does anyone have any questions for us? Oh yeah, resident reported there's an email scam going around from this morning, 6:15 this morning. What are you doing up at 6:15 in the morning? Yeah. Never mind. Don't want to know. Boy, I walked into that one, didn't I? Yeah, Xfinity. It's another variation on a theme. You owe us money, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're going to close your account. There's all variations on a theme, and the last kicker is always, you can fix this by giving us your money.
Yeah.
Be very cautious of that. Anyone else? Good. Thank you very much.
All right, hopefully you can attend our security meeting this afternoon, as usual. Thank you. Now, are there any corrections to the minutes? Please come up to the mic so we can hear you. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm Marc Huard from the president of Kingswoods D.
A little closer to the mic.
Closer.
Yeah, take it out.
Usually people ask me more to be quiet than... Okay, I'm Marc Huard from Kingswoods D, president. In the list there of non-sign-in association, it is listed Kingswoods D and not list as not sign-in. David, I can assure you I did sign in. I was there. I had my Flickr, so I don't understand why Kingswoods D is not listed.
Well,
Listed, actually.
certainly mistakes get made, and Sandy will check our sign-in sheets, and when we find you to be correct, we will issue an appropriate policy. Apology, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Actually, Donald can attest, I was there. He returned the Flickr to me, I forgot to pick it up.
All right, mistakes are possible. Please, come up to the mic. I know. No, that mic's fine, but I was talking to Marilyn. Go ahead.
Windsor J, I was here last week. I got my clicker, last month. Got my clicker, and I was voting, but we're not listed.
And what's your association?
Windsor J,
You got that? Windsor J, as in Juliet.
correct.
Thank you. All right, these are people who were not
We're
signed
not
in.
here? Oh,
Right.
pardon me.
All right, no problem. No problem. Marilyn, a little closer to the mic.
If people would read this closely, it says associations not signed in.
Right.
So that B is not on there, and he was signed in.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see what I have here. So are there any more corrections to the minutes? All right. Due to the fact that we didn't think we had a quorum last month, I don't believe those minutes were approved. Motion to approve would be appreciated. Vote. That's a very good question, Ed. I'm waiting for the ladies up front to finish their count. We could use the clickers, you're absolutely right, but there's a small group of about a dozen who, for whatever reason, don't push the clickers. We notice that consistently. There's a discrepancy between the sign-ins and what comes up on the screen of about a dozen, 10 to 12. So I've kind of given up on that. I can't force people to push a button. They don't want to push a button. Well, we'll wait for this to come in. You're right, Ed, before we make any motions. So let's go on to the treasurer's report. Sebastian.
Good morning, everyone. In the financial package that you have, it's through October 31st. At the next delegate meeting, I'd like to try to see if we can get November and December on the next report, so that way we can also have the end of year close out and let everyone look at the end of year numbers. So far through October 31st, 2018, if you look on the first sheet all the way on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that we're about $365,000 to the good so far. If you were to subtract out the carry forward that we had from 2017, gives us about a net of about $20,000 to the good, which is great. So that means we're definitely on track to stay within the budget. So that part is good. A few other things that I wanted to mention. The copier lease has officially been canceled. We believe that the savings could be as much as $15,000 per year, so that's also good. So right now, we're handling it right now through if the copier breaks or needs supplies, we're just going to order them on an as-needed basis versus having a monthly service agreement. The next thing that we're doing is we're looking into doing interest-bearing accounts that are for the ICS. So that's the sweep accounts. Sweep account, again, is if you have more than $250,000, but you still want to stay FDIC insured, you use something called a sweep account, called ICS. So we've been looking at different banks to find ones that offer those services. So far, what we have is we have a few banks, and some of the numbers that we've gotten so far that I wrote down here. If we have about $6 million in our accounts that are in interest-bearing accounts, so still fully liquid, still FDIC insured, we could earn as much as $105,000 in interest based on what we know as of now. So that's good. So on top of the CD-ARS accounts, I think this should work well. And by doing the interest-bearing ICS accounts, it would allow us to remain more liquid, and as interest rates go up, which I think everyone thinks that they will, that will be, put us in a better position to earn more in interest. The next thing I want to talk about is after we close out the books, hopefully at the next delegate meeting, on the 2019 reports, we will be showing the year-to-date versus the year-to-date from the prior year. I think that will give us a more apples-to-apples comparison versus just the month-to-month that we're doing now. So that should make the financials a little bit more organized and a little bit more easy to read, and we'd be able to compare them from year to year. The other thing is after the last two delegate meetings, we're pulling laundry, barcode sales, and rental, and they're going to be separated like it is for the investigation fees and the reporter. We're also going to be allocating the utilities and things like that, so that way for laundry we have every expense that's allocatable to those items. If you flip to the second sheet, the reporter year-to-date is in a surplus, which is good. Right now, we're getting about a 6.9% return that's going to surplus. And on investigation fees, we're at 22.8% getting returned to surplus, which is good. So that means every $100 charge that's being charged to the people being investigated, we're getting about $22.80 back after we pay the expense. So that also is working out well. Do I have any questions about the October financials or the year-to-date through October 2018? Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Sebastian. I am informed that we have 150 signed-in delegates. Thus, we do have a quorum. So I will re-entertain the motion to approve not only this month's minutes, but the prior month's minutes. So moved? All right. Without any further objection, those minutes will be approved. Thank you all. We've had our law enforcement. We've had our treasurer. Let's go to officers' reports. And I want to start with a big mea culpa. Welcome, David. The insurance company brought in our option sheets, and to put it bluntly, they are shot full of errors. They have been regenerated, And I would like to invite a board member from every association, even those not with our program. We have option sheets for every building, to come to UCO and see Tony. What's going to be a bit more irksome is even those who picked them up yesterday were given the wrong sheets. Yes, exactly. Yeah, mea culpa. And so please come in again, and the new sheets will be provided. To quote our insurance chair, throw the old sheets out. All right? They're just no good. Call it arithmetic error. I'm hearing, oh, Tony. I didn't know you were here. Please take this item over.
Questions, please. Yes. Have I got this on? Okay, good, you can hear me. Okay. Okay, be kind. I've had a very difficult week. Please be kind. Sure. What's the matter? You don't want to come see me? Marilyn, we were friends. What happened? Not a problem. I apologize. I cannot begin to tell you how embarrassed, ashamed we are that this happened, and I have no excuse. I told them I was not listening to any excuses, because you know I am Italian and I only take so much shit. Ask David.
Hold on, Mark.
So bottom line is, whatever's easier for you, we will do. Emailing is easy. Email me, say, please send it. You look it over, you sign it, you email it back to me. You don't even have to see me this year. Although I really would miss not seeing you. Did I hear a clap over there? How dare you? Anyhow, folks, I'm really sorry. And I cannot begin to tell you how ashamed we are and how ashamed they are. They came in expecting the worst yesterday, and they deserve to get the worst. They will pay. You know, what can I tell you? You know, what's my email? Easy. UCO Insurance @gmail.com. I will be working this weekend, so if you want to come around the back, probably after 10 o'clock on Saturday or is Sunday. If you email me and tell me you want to discuss something and tell me a time, I'll be there. I have the keys to the office anytime.
Tony.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Tony.
Hold on
I
just
just
a
want to
second.
make sure I didn't lose it in the translation there. Even though I came yesterday to pick up the second
It's wrong.
form, it's wrong.
Still wrong.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We got new forms. David was in the 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Once again, my email is ucoinsurance@gmail.com. Okay. It's unbelievable. Yes. You have to see me again, Olga. Yes.
It's my understanding that the overall insurance came down. It's lower for everyone. In other words, if you
No.
no, that's not the case. Okay.
It used to be,
Okay.
if you've noticed, one size fit all. But people who had zero claims for years and years raised an objection, and you can't blame them. So these calculations penalize, not massively, but penalize those with claims, and you're going to be a little higher. Not massively higher, a little higher. Have I got it right, Tony?
Yeah, you got it right. In addition to that, there is The property premiums did not get raised. The premiums for the property are it. However, we found out about a month ago that Philadelphia Insurance, our general liability carrier, had increased their premiums 40 to 50% across the board. How can they do it? One, they can justify their losses. Two, they're the best company in the market. So if you want the best, it's going to cost you. You know, in addition to that, there were just a multitude of things that happened, and it kind of cascaded. And, you know, they didn't keep up. And the calculations changed, so. Oh, good.
I just, excuse me, I just want to clarify that if you take into consideration all the buildings, the price of the insurance did go up, not down.
Yes,
Thank-
because of the general
It went up, right. Thank you very much. I just wanted that clarified. Thank you. Okay?
That's what I want everyone to know. There's going to be additional premium because of the general liability. Now, those of us who live in smaller units like 24 and 26s, it's not so bad because the insurance is based on number of units. But you get into a Dover or one of the Greenbriers, and they're going to have a little surprise, and it's all because of general liability, not because of their property, which is where our problems usually come from. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes. Good morning, everybody, and a Happy New Year to all. I was at your office, Tony. Is that sheet that you gave me correct?